So wait, you could stay at Lindsay Hubbard's HubbHouse in Nashville? Okay, make me a sandwich and sign me up. Let's talk about it. Okay, the ever polarizing star of the show of Summer House on Bravo is always making big waves. Now, okay, Lindsay, to me, let's just go with Summer House to begin with. Summer House is around for all these seasons, upwards towards what, 8 seasons? Because Kyle showed up, Amanda showed up, Carl, Lindsay, and the new cast members are fine. No problem. However, Lindsay has always been such a polarizing character on the show. So as we are watching the new season, we're seeing all this excitement, all this like, she's going to be engaged and she's going to get married to Carl, the love of her life. And honestly, we're into it. We're excited about it. Lindsay is tenacious. She used to work in publicity, and she's just really good for this show. For better or worse, she shows up and she says, make me a sandwich. But then we hear this awful news last year. Engagement broke off. Carl instantly says, by way of the trailer that we watched, oh, you're good at being the victim of the issue and not putting the accountability of what part you played in the breakup. True, Carl, but at the same time, you still can't break the engagement days before the wedding. Oh, but then let's talk about something else. Lindsay had a little frustration with some of the people who went on to go to the resort for the wedding that didn't happen. And honestly, that's another topic for another day, but I kind of feel like you can't really get mad. I think like Sheena went. I think like Kyle even went. If your question, and we'll get to the topic at hand, which is HubbHouse in Nashville, if you're getting married and you have this unexpected breakup and it's a big deal, and it's even more of a big deal because the cameras are rolling, for the reality TV. Do you expect, and there's no refunds, I guess, or I don't know. Do you expect, I think you would be enough in a pain, like frustration situation that you wouldn't really get, would you? Would you get mad? Like, no. You're not allowed to go and go to the resort as planned because there's no wedding. I think, does it really matter? Isn't the main concern that you're not going to go through with the engagement? I think that's the main thing. That's the main tension. But it does make me wonder, like, what if I was getting married and there was an engagement and something like this had happened? It would suck, but would I be mad that people went on to go to the resort? I think in the grand scheme of being mad at things, make me a sandwich. That's in reference of Bravo's Summer House. I don't think that would be an issue. Anyways, I don't know that she was really mad about that. I just wanted to side note that for a moment. Okay, let's talk about HubbHouse. So Lindsay HubbHouse Hubbard, she of course has the breakup. It's tumultuous. It's airing on on Bravo, and we're seeing all the signs now, and it sucks, right? But she even writing on Instagram, sometimes things this year don't work the way you want or whatever. I think she put this on Instagram, but wasn't all half bad. And what she was referring to is she decided to get a investment property and have Lindsay Hubbard's HubbHouse Airbnb. At first I was like, why? I don't know, but I mean, to each their own. But also that's really exciting for her. So I said, let's look into it. Maybe we want to go to HubbHouse. Maybe we want to go to Nashville. Plan your trip. We're going to Nashville. So I was like, let's look at it. Okay, so this is what we got. So here it is, HubbHouse, Lindsay Hubbard's Nashville Airbnb. So this is Lindsay Hubbard's Airbnb, and it is with Halston Hospitality Co. So yeah, let's take a look at it and see what we think and if we would want to go for a stay. All right, so here we go, the HubbHouse in Nashville. It is a townhouse. 12 guests are available to stay. Only 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and here we go. It is $799 a night. Say it again, $799 a night. But again, you go for a big event. I could imagine Nashville being right in the hub of everything. I think it's cool. Okay, so here we go. Giddy up and yeehaw, it says. I love all the decorations, to be honest with you. She does have a decoration in the vein of the sandwich commentary and all of her other little isms from the TV show. So I think that part is fun. We can take a look at the photos. We'll do that in a second. Let's do a little bit of information as listed here. So it is the HubbHouse. The description is, welcome to the HubbHouse, proudly presented by Holson, which I had mentioned before. Let's go to the information that is important. Like I said, 4 bedrooms. It's from BravoTV's Summer House. $799, which is expensive, but if it's a group, I obviously understand that makes sense. Let's read a little bit more. All right, let's take a look at living and entertainment spaces, because obviously, even if it's only 4 bedrooms, there's probably a lot of room, I would imagine. Step into a living space where luxury meets comfort. The HubbHouse features stunning rooftop lounges. Oh, that's very important for me personally. I love a rooftop, complete with a state-of-the-art hot tub. Ooh, I wonder how that hot tub is being cleaned. I'm kidding. And a cozy fire pit area, offering views of an ideal setting for evening relaxation or social gatherings. The interior is a showcase of Lindsay's signature style, which is kind of what I was mentioning, with spaces designated to host, entertain, and unwind. It has a gourmet kitchen and dining. You know what I really want to know, I got to say, I want to know, and I'll read through a lot of this. All of it's pretty basic. It is obviously luxury, but what I really, really, really want to know is its proximity to like the hot spots of Nashville. You know what I mean? Because that's really like where the price point matters for me. Okay, here we go. Getting around. This is the information I was literally asking for. The home is a short drive / Uber. I wonder if it's a short walk, because I want it to be walking distance to everything Nashville has to offer. Commute by car or Uber. So to East Nashville, 3 minutes in a car. Okay, so that's like what? 15, 20-minute walk. Downtown Broadway, 7 minutes. The Nissan Stadium, 5 minutes. Germantown, 7 minutes. Midtown Vanderbilt, 12 minutes. So, I mean, I feel like generally this is kind of close to everything. I don't know the area as well. So if you are very familiar with Nashville, we could get to the bottom of how close this is to like, all the things. But I think generally Lindsay's not going to invest this much into a HubbHouse Airbnb if it doesn't make sense. Real quick before we look at the photos, which is all we care about anyways, right? We just got to judge. Free parking on premises and on the street. There's a hot tub, air conditioning, heating, wireless internet, and laptop-friendly workspaces. I mean, honestly, like I said, the rooms probably just 4 bedrooms, but at the same time, I feel like it's a ton of space. I need to find the square footage, but that's neither here nor there. Let's take a look at the photos. Okay, before I move forward, we'll take a look at the photos because that's all we really care about, I just got to channel my inner Lindsay Hubbard is so good on this show. I know I've already mentioned it, but I got to mention it again. And that will sort of qualify me or anybody who's going to go to the HubbHouse to like, I want to be amongst all of that, right? Because the HubbHouse is very much her style. So let's take a look at the photos. Giddy up and yeehaw, as she says. So obviously the design, aesthetic, the decor feels really good. The 4 bedrooms, this one, obviously there's probably bigger ones, but this is with 2 twins, so it accommodates, like it said, up to 12 people. Visually stunning. Here is a living room area, the gourmet kitchen, which looks amazing. To me, okay. So first of all, we're looking at a rooftop here. Country mode activated. She really was, what season was it where she was like, don't test me, you're about to make me activated. So activated has sort of been part of her terminology. So just kind of putting the country mode Nashville spin on it is cool. But this is where you get me personally, because everyone looks for different things for different elements of interest, right? For me, a rooftop, a deck, like a terrace, like those are the things that like I personally could essentially, obviously you get what you get with whatever you pay for, $799. But like some people, certain things are bigger, mean more to them. This place could be 5 bedrooms, but then maybe the compromise will be not an amazing rooftop. This rooftop does look severely large in space. And what I always look for with the rooftop, there's several things, but what kind of view do you get with that? What does that sunset look like? To me, this looks very peaceful. There's the hot tub on the roof, and it looks like there's a little bit of a table on the other side as well. So you essentially have your sit down, drinking wine, letting the sun go down moment. You have the hot tub moment, which could be at any time, of course. And then you have like, hey, let's go upstairs and let's, we're going to have a dinner while the sun goes down. So there's a lot of availability in that. So for me, the $799 starts to seem a little more doable. Here's another look at the rooftop. Of course, we see the hot tub. We hope the hot tub is cleaned very thoroughly because we don't know what kind of HubbHouse germs are going on. I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, you really are paying for like the decor and the vibe. And I think you definitely can see that. Another room with a slightly larger, I guess like a full, I don't think it's a queen, maybe it's a queen bed. This ain't my first rodeo. Yeah, you really are getting the whole Lindsay Hubbard experience, but also it's not just that, it's Nashville too. So she really did a smart thing. I don't know if this is for everybody. Like, I don't know if I'm on a reality show, I want to do an Airbnb, that investment property. I don't know if that makes sense for me, but for her and at this stage, I feel like this is just, she needed something post the breakup and that, I'm not making fun, but like embarrassment with Carl. She needed some success. Sometimes in life, you need a little momentum. And I think that this is what this purchase, this Airbnb for $799 is. Here's a look at another room. I mean, it's just really, really a beautiful decor, that we could say for sure. Here's a look at I guess maybe the third or fourth room. And yeah, it fits up to 12 people. This is the exciting part. Now, in the gourmet kitchen, how many sandwiches have you made for me? The thing about Lindsay, for better or worse, she shows up on that darn camera on that TV show Summer House from season 1. She has always been this person. She never hides herself. She steps in it too. She makes a lot of errors, but that's why we like her too. She generally does have a warm heart. She shares a lot that goes on with her upbringing. I don't believe different relationships she did not have. She obviously has a wonderful relationship with her father, as we saw him at the engagement with Carl the previous season. So Lindsay is good for reality TV because there's an authenticness about her. But with that, you step in it. You say things you regret. But I think that's why she's come back season after season. And I hope Bravo is paying her top dollar because she definitely is worth it. We got another look at the hot tub here. Country mode activated, as we just talked about. So the rooftop really is like something. So yeah, I would love to know what that view looks like. I really need to discover more, for especially the people who know Nashville better. Like, I need to discover where this is, because to me, I'll always tell you this: location, location, location. It definitely matters, and it's valuable, and it just gives you a little bit of a understanding of what that $799 a night will do. Looks like a little bit of a this is all rooftop. So the rooftop is really like a major component. I'm just kind of sliding through the photos, seeing if I see anything that really jumps out. Anyway, so yeah. That is Lindsay Hubbard's HubbHouse. She, of course, did a little bit of a tour with Entertainment Tonight, and I believe she had a lot of the cast members and her friends go to the HubbHouse. So it's a really good, I guess, marketing scenario for this investment property of hers, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, would I go to the HubbHouse? Absolutely. Am I paying $799 per night for it? I mean, sure, but also no. It's just a little steep for me, but I really think there's a lot of value with this. Specifically, just got to figure out where it is location-wise to everything that Nashville has to offer. But I think it's a fun idea. And again, as you go through something that is so big, like Lindsay Hubbard's breakup on the TV, you just want a victory. You just want a little win. I'm not saying this is a win, because who knows how it'll do. I think it'll do well. But sometimes you do need a little victory to kind of like get your momentum and your get back to the best version of yourself. The question though now is, coming off of HubbHouse and coming off of Carl, which is what we're going to see all season, here's the question of the end of this episode: who is the prime person you would like to see Lindsay Hubbard with? Like, what next? Where does she go next? Her dating has been, you never know where she's going to end up. But is there a other Bravo reality star that would be a good person for her to date? Do you see her with somebody that's more not in the limelight, like a doctor or something like that, or a real estate tycoon? Or do you think, someone more in the performance space because it matches a little bit of what she does? I personally don't know. I'm just wondering what is the next stage for Lindsay Hubbard in terms of romance, because I don't think you keep her down for too long. I think she's going to be a little annoyed this season, but she's a lover, not a fighter. So I feel like soon enough we'll be seeing her with the new romance. As for Carl, I mean, Carl's cool, but like, there's going to be a little bit of we're still frustrated that Carl did that so late in the game. You don't get minutes to the engagement and then break up. Like, that's like, what? Anyways, would you stay at HubbHouse? $799 a night, Nashville? Have you experienced Nashville? And is this the kind of experience you want while you're visiting Nashville? Let me know in the comments. And before you do that, if you want to support me, this is how you do it.
Well, hello there. Thank you for watching and supporting the show with my good friend, Randomly Ronnie Jr. Who the hell am I? Great question. My name is Mark Rodriguez with Mastermind Media, and I wanted to take just a moment of your time to let you know about all the other incredible things this guy, Randomly Ronnie Jr. has going on. But first, before we get into that, please comment, like, and subscribe. That is how he grows here on these channels. But one channel you probably don't know about is patreon.com/Randomly Ronnie Jr., where he's got a bunch more exclusive content. So please check that out. But speaking of YouTube, let's go back to YouTube for a second. He's got this hashtag Randomly with Ronnie Jr., and it shows all of his stuff in his days in radio from back in the day, all the way up to present day, and his new interviews, podcasts, just videos across the board. So please check that out, because when you think about content creators, there's millions of content creators, but there's only one, Randomly Ronnie Jr. Let's get back into the show.
Wise man, Mark. Yes, support. Hit that Patreon for even more. That's it. Lindsay Hubbard's HubbHouse. We looked at it and we made our opinions. Till next time.
Hey, Ronnie Jr.